Right. For the coming week, we are going to be looking at our main two assets, which is the dollar and gold. Right.
Yeah.
Considering that Trump and Xi have met early today at 8:20, we're going to have to really wait for the dollar to open on Monday for us to make any decisive decisions on how we are going to trade next week. As we highlighted last week, that the dollar is going to fall, gold is going to keep pushing up. We did manage to get some pips from that, I think a couple of hundreds or so. So this week, everything rests on the dollar, on how it's going to react to the meeting between Trump and the Chinese president, which happened today, of which we're only going to know that when market opens. But from a technical point of view, when we look at the dollar, from a weekly time frame, when we look at the dollar, let me just I think I'm gonna mute some guys here, right, so that you can hear what I'm saying.
I'm here, my
I'm just gonna mute you guys for like a few minutes while I'm explaining what we are looking at, especially on the dollar and gold.
Oh, listen.
So I'm just gonna mute you a bit. Right. So for the coming week, I'm gonna unmute you so that you can ask questions. The coming week, we have to wait for how the market is gonna react to Trump's meeting with the Chinese president. But from a technical point of view, you can also see here what's happening with the dollar. You see what it did last week? We had a proper indecision candle after a huge drop. This is what we call drop. We've got a drop, base, and then we are expecting another drop all the way to 93.30. But now, this is to be validated when market opens. When market opens, we really need to see how the dollar is gonna react to that meeting, of which from what I've read today, there's not gonna be much of a change in terms of technicals when it comes to the reaction of the meeting. So we're really expecting dollar to continue with the downtrend. So this is our base in the drop, and then we have another drop. Now in 10, I'm gonna send charts on the group with a more detailed analysis. But now when we go to gold now, let me just go to the gold. Where's my gold chart? Right. We can clearly see gold broke up the 9-year resistance level. So this 9-year resistance level, which is the 1350, has become our major support area. I expect gold to test these guys. Not now. As of now, gold is gonna push up, but there could be a retracement to either 1400, 13 and 1350. Market can push a bit down, but remember this is a weekly chart, right? So it's a case of digging down to a smaller time frame. As we highlighted right now on gold, our major area of concern is the 1400 level and the 1405, if I'm not mistaken. 1405 and the 400 level. That's where we are looking to go long on gold. You see, we are looking to go long on gold. So the bias hasn't changed from last week. It's still long positions on gold, long positions on Euro USD, and short positions on the index. I know most guys in the group, they're not going to be able to trade the index because it's quite, it requires a huge margin for you guys to trade the index. So long on Euro USD and gold, and then shorts on the dollar index. So now when we go to a daily time frame for the dollar, you can clearly see now the base. The base is now more clear. So the whole of last week, dollar formed a base. Now, if I switch to gold, then I go to the daily chart of the gold. Now you can see gold is tipping a bit. You see here, that was last week for gold. So I'm really expecting it to test this 1380 level. You see, let me just zoom in a bit on gold so that you can see something. Look at Friday's candle on gold. Friday's candle on gold. It says a lot, this candle here. These two candles says a lot. No one was really in control of the market. But after such a huge push to the upside, the market has to breathe at some point. The bears did try to push down on Wednesday, but they couldn't break Monday's opening price. The moment we see Monday's opening price being tested, then we will have to look at what price action is telling us, because our next target, short-term target to the downside, is going to be 1380 before we push all the way up to 1450, 1480. That's where we are heading with gold. This in turn is supported with dollar. Dollar has to clear up last week's high. These highs from last week on dollar, these highs, there's quite a lot of liquidity there. You can see this level here, the 96.30. This level has to be tested. See these lows in this high. I expect dollar to at least test one of these highs before it crashes all the way to the 3-year support level. I'm sure you can all clearly see what I'm trying to explain there. So longs are still ideal, Mojalefa. Don't go look for shorts if I didn't tell you to look for shorts on gold. Only look for shorts when I tell you, okay, we might have a short opportunity for a short term to the downside. No shorts on gold, no shorts on euro. Because the reason why I'm saying so, look at euros last week's candle. Look at euros last week's candle. It was also a pause. Market was breathing after such a long push to the upside. That was Powell's effect, and then market paused. So I really expect the 14. What price level is this? Let me see. What price level are we talking about here? 1460. Dollar 1460 on euro. That's the long-term target. That's quite a move. Huh? That's like 100 pips on euro USD, and that's good bucks. So long opportunities on euro USD, long opportunities on gold. Let me just go to a daily for euro. Right there, you can clearly see now. I know that most people here, I think Wilson did mention that a lot of people were selling gold and euro last week. But if we look from the COT report, I haven't looked at the one for the past week. Once I've analyzed the COT report, most institutions, they are long on euro USD, they are long on gold and then they are short on dollar. So this high is going to be cleared soon rather than later, because price cannot clear up. You see this area here, price cleared up, but they couldn't break to the downside of these highs. You see, that's a sign for you to, the market is telling you it's breathing for its next up move to the upside. Right, so now I'm going to unmute all of you guys so that you can put forward your questions and the rest. Oja,
Yes, sir.
how's it, my brother?
No, I'm good, my brother. I'm very good. And how are you?
No, I'm all right. I'm all right. It's just cool.
Except somebody stealing my data. That's my only problem.
How are you?
I'm good, my brother. How's it?
Even myself, if I stayed close to you, I would have stolen that data. If I was somewhere in your area, I would have stolen that data.
Gone in 3 days.
You just put it out there for people to steal. Right. I'm sure you.
No, it's because I didn't know, my brother.
You caged nicely what I was explaining there in regards to what we are looking at for the coming.
Yeah, no. To be quite honest, sir, you see exactly what you just said. It's just that I didn't send that stuff on the group. I even draw that that as a bullish flag. You see those 3 candles, and then there's a channel there with the was and the highs.
Yes, on a low.
I was still expecting it to, from there it's gonna go further up.
Yeah, on a lower time frame, you're looking for flags for the continuation to the upside. On a lower time frame, there are quite a few of them. Let me see if I can go. This is
Yes.
USD. Let me go to H1 Euro USD. Okay, I did. Right. This Euro USD. Let me zoom out a bit. There isn't much clear here. How about on H4? All right, there we go. Right. Sorry.
It's not very clear, but you can still see it.
Yeah, because it's still forming. You see, that's the thing.
There we go.
The flag is still forming. It's not yet complete.
Yes.
So you see that $13, yes. The $13 level is a much better position to go to the upside. And the moment it breaks, obviously my channel is not perfect here. The moment it breaks that channel to the upside, that's a clear confirmation that we are going all the way to 1450. Yeah. So that's on dollar. And if you go to gold, I think gold has got more clear picture. Let's see.
What up, fellas and ladies? My network is greetings from me.
Let me go. Hey, George, don't make noise.
You were sleeping, George.
Don't make noise. So you see, right now, gold and dollar, they're in the process of forming like a continuation pattern to the upside. So you have to take note. Obviously, we'll be notifying each other in the group. You see what happened here on gold. Let me just highlight it quickly. You see this area here. This something like this.
Yes.
All the way to the upside.
Yeah.
So longs are still ideal. Let's not fool ourselves. Yeah, of course, market dynamics can be saying we don't know what's going to happen. Moja, there's somewhere where you are where there's quite noise there. I'm just going to mute you. So anything can happen in the market. So we need to be ready for that. You see, We need to be ready for that when the market reacts to the G20 meeting of Trump and the Chinese guy. So that's it. It wouldn't even shock me if we open with a gap to the downside, especially on gold and euro. It can jump to the downside and start pulling all the way up during the coming of next week. There's gonna be gaps. You see, market is gonna open with gaps. That we have to expect it. Whether it's to the upside or to the downside, that much we don't know now. So we have to react to what the market is gonna tell us when it opens on Monday. You see, so that means Monday, don't risk into the market. Don't risk going to the market too early on a Monday. It's best to give the market time so that it tells us exactly what it wants to do.
Okay.
Cosmas, my brother, can you catch what we are talking about? But I'm sure you can.
Yeah, I'm grasping. Yeah, I'm getting.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Moja, do you have any questions, my brother? You must ask me questions, guys. I can't just be rambling on my own here.
Yeah, you close me up, my brother. Can you hear me now?
No, Cosmos. Use that
Yeah,
one.
boss. Yeah, it's my kid. I'm babysitting. Yeah, yes, sir.
The baby is sitting, my brother. You're in big.
Imagine the horror.
You're in big trouble. So yeah, I'm gonna send detailed chart analysis into the group during the weekend here of which price levels we need to put on core level. We monitor that.
Okay.
Monitor those price levels. So yeah, Cosmos, if you can, you must download. There's an app called Core Apps, so that you can put the levels on the core app, so that you don't have to be always looking on the charts. So I'm gonna send detailed analysis, especially gold and dollar. Remember, it's your duty, guys. Now link up NZUSD, AUD USD, USD CHF, USD CAD. You just pick like one of those or two of those. You see, like NZUSD last week paid up really, really quite good. So it's a case of you on a personal level now, because what we are doing now, we are analyzing the major assets that affect our portfolio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's up to you
So
now,
you must
to say, okay.
must have at least what is the good number besides gold? Gold and gold is the major one. Then maybe two more, depends on your grasping of the technicalities of the market.
Right. You see, Tendai, the thing is, you must have like at least 3 to start with, 3 pairs that you have in your portfolio that you can derive the analysis from what the dollar is doing.
Yeah.
From what the dollar is doing. You see, like Euro USD, when dollar is going down, you expect Euro to go up. You must also remember this weekend, the Eurozone is voting for a new president for Europe.
Replace of Draghi.
Yeah, they want to replace Draghi. That's going to have
Draghi.
Yeah, it's going to have an impact on Euro.
Huge impact on Euro.
Yeah. So we really next week is going to be a patience game. We have to be a cat and mouse. We have to wait. So now,
and
when it comes to
around when is the around there?
Yeah, when it comes to the portfolio, always have at least 3. You see, like maybe gold, Euro USD, and you put USD card there. You know that USD card is going to be opposite of Euro USD. You see? When the Euro USD is rallying up,
Yeah.
USD CAD is rallying down. USD CHF is rallying down. But NZUSD, AUD-USD, they follow the same path with EURUSD. EURUSD is rallying.
Okay.
Let me open AUD-USD and NZUSD. You see, the same rally we had on dollar, on EURUSD, we also had a same rally from a major demand level on AUD-USD. Same applies with NZUSD. They were all rallying, irrespective of the Bank of New Zealand also keeping their interest rate the same. Nothing changed. Obviously, it spiked to the downside. Remember that trade which I called, the one we waited for in the morning. Can you see? Can you see the similarities, the correlation between AUD-USD and ZUSD? The charts are almost identical. You see? So having a portfolio where you have like 3 pairs, maximum maybe 4, that you monitor. And the moment you know that you're going long on gold, you're going long on EURUSD, same applies to NZUSD, AUD-USD. There's no way you're going to be selling AUD-USD while you're buying EURUSD. No, that's totally wrong. So you must have, but now you see now the pairs that I've put there, they're all moving in the same direction. You must have one like maybe USD CAD. Let me wait for it to update. Because USD CAD is going to move the other way around. So it means you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. The moment you get one analysis right, you get paid out in both directions. You see? You're harvesting pips from both directions. Look, you see? USD CAD was falling. If you go to USD CHF, you see, we're all talking of majors here. Where's my USD CHF? It's going to be falling also. USD CHF was falling last week. You see, irrespective of any other fundamentals that happened.
Yeah, this one.
You see? Yeah. So that's the
from a supply.
Yeah, that's the idea. You see, because if you remember, I think towards FOMC, I did mention that dollar is coming off a supply level. I think I even posted that. Coming off a supply level, a major supply level. Dollar was here during FOMC. I think it had dropped all this. And then this is all the result of FOMC. So yeah, it's a case of having a portfolio which is backed up with the dollar index. The dollar index has to be there. The moment you see yourself looking at, say, what example can I give, man? USD JPY, without knowing what the dollar is doing, then you're not making much of a good analysis, you see. Because it's always good to enter into a trade when you know that your analysis is backed up by proper technicals of what's happening with the dollar. It's quite easy, right, these days to trade the market because of the trade war. You know that as long as the trade war prolongs, it's gonna be
more
good.
money in the market.
It's gonna be good for the yen and for the gold, because investors now, they're looking for like safe havens. That's where they are putting their money. That's why you see dollar is on its way down. You see, dollar is going down. So I expect that trend to continue. Then it pushes.
And also the other thing I wanted to ask, what did Trump was trying to say? Is like he's giving in on Huawei or what?
No. He's not gonna giving in. If he removes that suspension on Huawei, that's gonna be catastrophic for United States. It's too early. That thing is gonna prolong for like a year or 2 years. That Huawei issue. There's no way he's gonna give in right now, because that's catastrophic to the United States economy. So he's not. That's Trump playing games. Trump is very clever, but I like him.
No, you like him because he brings money in the market.
It's getting you paid.
I like Trump. Trump is my guy. That's my nigga, that one. So
Getting some of our salary.
so yeah, that's
And you see, Ivan will be saying that. Hello.
Yeah, you're breaking
yes,
up.
Moja,
Man.
you're breaking up. It's you
Hey,
today
I
who's
know.
got bad
Somebody stole
network.
my data, my brother. So no, I don't have data in my proper modem. Somebody stole it.
No, Cosmas,
Yeah, it's fine, man.
Cosmas, you mustn't mind us. Eh? That's the culture of our group. We are that close knit. So sometimes don't mind our talk.
Yeah, yeah, cracking jokes up down. Yeah.
But when we get to business, we get to business.
Yeah, no.
So you were saying what, Moja? He's really having issues. He's really having. So yeah, I've got roughly about 2 minutes left of this session. So when the time cuts off, you must rejoin again. Then I need to have at least 2-3 questions from you guys so that we can wrap it up. I know it's a Saturday, people need to chill with their family and all that. So if it cuts off, then you must rejoin, and then you must pop up some questions, 2-3 questions, and then we can wrap it up. Yeah, Moja is really stuck.
Yeah, no. Trader Ivan,
Yes,
tell
boss.
me something. That euro that euro USD trade, I'm still holding it.
Yes, yeah. Even my long on gold and euro, I didn't close those longs. Huh? The one we posted, I didn't close those positions.
Yeah.
But they.
Okay, then I'm still safe then.
Does it mean if I didn't close, you're still safe?
If the prophet didn't close, my brother, then you are safe still.
Come on. So yeah, if it cuts off, you must just rejoin again, and then I'm gonna open the floor for like 2-3 questions or something. I think I must just buy this thing so that I don't have to worry.
Okay.
So
Cosmas,
Buy the Zoom
yeah,
license.
yeah, the license, so that I don't have to get.
yeah, I wanted to ask like,
Yeah, I'm listening.
I see you're recording this.
Yeah,
This thing. Where can I get it? Like,
I'm gonna upload it on the YouTube channel, and then I send the link on the group.
because I was.
Yeah.
I learned a thing or two about those USG